Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you've been following along, we're at our 5th tournament of the year so far. If you're new to the channel, I started competitively fishing in January where I joined a bass club. I've decided that this is probably my best way of determining whether or not I want to take this further. If that's something that interests you, I've dedicated a certain playlist to these videos. Follow me along on my journey. Please hit that like and subscribe button. We're going to be talking about Tournament 5. This was a 2-day. And 2 days are a little bit different dynamics, as you'll see. And as I started filming this, I got a delivery. So there's something special in here. We'll go ahead and unbox that and I'll show you what that is. And after we go through this montage, I'm gonna go ahead and expound on how I felt like the weekend went. And I'm not one to give a lot of tackle advice, but this time I felt like I used something that really helped me on this weekend, and I'm gonna share that with you. So if that interests you, stay tuned.
Catch anything?
Oh man, tore them up. That's no exaggeration. I just wonder if I did as well as everybody else did.
Torrential thunderstorm right now, lots of lightning. So far the tent is staying intact. It's getting really spicy, so I'm gonna get dressed, and I just want to be ready to where if I have to make a beeline for my truck, I can do that if like a tornado or something comes. So what'd you think about that while I was at its worst?
I did rethink for a second.
Were you saying your prayers? Huh?
I mean, I did say a prayer. I was just like, just don't let my tent fly away. Like, don't pick my tent up off the ground.
That got pretty dicey, didn't it? Yeah. Everything's still here. Got a little rain delay this morning. We'll see what's what.
this tournament, I decided I was going to fish the same way that I more or less always do. Find a spot, find bait, find fish, and just clean it out. And for the most part, that worked again. This particular time, it was in a bunch of timber. This particular group of timber was like a bunch of old cedar is what it looked like. And it was pretty tightly packed, and it didn't really have a lot of good casting lanes. Identifying that and knowing, hey, this probably doesn't get a lot of action over here because of the ability to get snagged up and difficult to get your boat in and around and stuff like that. I felt like, to me, it says, you know, this is where I probably need to go. Everything that you saw me catch there and the 30 that you didn't see, I used this particular bait. It was Bellows Gill Swimmer. This is in a 4.2 size. This is a swim bait, and you rig it up with an underspin, weighted underspin. This is a 1/4 ounce, and this particular underspin happens to be Guggen Squad. It's kind of a textured spinner, willow blade, but it's kind of curved like this. It just really cleaned them out, and the ability to fish in that timber and remain weedless was paramount. If I ever got this around a limb or something, I was able to just kind of dance it right off. So it worked in there really well. Now, again, I think the live foot was also great because I was able to sit, change my direction without having to change position. Somebody had pointed out on the last video, you know, I posed that question, why people don't use those more, and it came down to pretty much durability. And you know, that's a valid point. But again, I was in there hitting a bunch of stumps, but it lives to see another day. So it's still hanging in there. The day that I tear that thing up, you guys are going to know about it. But so far so good on that. These guys were fantastic. This not only mimics a shad, but in this particular lake, they also have tilapia. So they had a bunch of small tilapia that I could tell that they were feeding on, and this mimicked very well. It's got a fantastic action in the water. I mean, it stays parallel, and it's just really easy to fish. And they just happen to really go after it. You know, this is the 5th tournament. Until last one, I hadn't cracked the top 10. Now we've got a 2nd. I was in the lead on day 1. Half of me wishes that was the day that counted, right? But unfortunately, it was 2 days. We didn't get, you know, it was a torrential downpour that night, and again, I decided to camp in lieu of, you know, renting a cabin out there, and that was just to keep expenses low. Kind of cheaped out on that aspect. You know, was it the best idea? Probably got about 2 hours of sleep in between. Having this two days and just a full-on weekend out there, got a good opportunity to rub elbows with the guys and we got to get to know each other a little bit better. So built that sense of camaraderie. It was a really great weekend. I thoroughly enjoyed it. How did I finish? Well, again, you know, first on day 1 puts a lot of pressure on you. I didn't know if I could, you know, I went out there with no expectations. Just wanted to do the best that I could. Was a real confidence booster that after day 1. Day 2, I took a slide, obviously, you know, probably about 5 pounds shy of where I was day before. And with these guys, that was enough. That was enough to get passed up. So, but I did wound up finishing in 3rd place. So that's a 2nd and a 3rd in the last 2 tournaments. Prior to that, I was like 22nd in the standings. After the last tournament, I moved up to 8, and this 3rd has put me up in 5th overall for Angler of the Year standing. So we'll see. We'll just give it our best, and I'm gonna continue to fish the way I like to fish, and see if it works. We got this package again. We're gonna unbox this. This is something special. I did get put in charge of ordering all the new guys' jerseys and anyone that wanted a new jersey. So what's in here is jerseys. So we'll go ahead and look in here, see how this jersey looks. Oh, look, and mine just happens to be on top. Fantastic. I'm gonna pull this out. So it is official. Got a jersey, club jersey. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on and see what it looks like. All right, that fits great. Got a name on it, name on the back. That's pretty awesome. My first official jersey. This is nice to have this. And The rest of the guys are going to be glad to know that these orders came in. It took like 2 months. This is my entry into figuring out if this is something I feel like I can do. And you know, granted that at the club level and being in the money is nothing like at a large tournament circuit or anything like that. But you know, I rather play the nickel machine before I go into the high roller suite, if you know what I'm saying, just to make sure that everything is this is something I want to do and I feel like I can compete at it. I take you guys along for these experiences. A lot of this is, you know, an archive just for me to look back on later and say, hey, you know, I did try that, I did do it. And you know, so when I'm old and decrepit, you know, maybe I can look back on some of these videos and say, you know, hey, that was good times, that was good times, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, thanks for you guys watching. I really do appreciate you. We're still trying to chip away at that 1,000. If you haven't already subscribed, I urge you to do so and follow me along, whether that be on my boat mods or any other videos that I put out. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye now.